in a car.
We are in a car. Oh, so I said that Shelby was the best acted character in the game?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's the best. The best character.
Oh, okay. Are we still following, I would give drug addiction a possible legitimate character flaw.
Yeah, that's actually, a legitimate character flaw. On the level of asthma, you know?
I mean, it's a much better character flaw than asthma.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it actually kind of relates a little to your character.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jaden, FBI?
Nom and Jade.
Got a badge or something, Mr. Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
Noted that name somewhere. What was it? Blake. Lieutenant Carter Blake. Yeah, that's it. I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks.
Yep. This is Nom and Jade,
Goddamn
Eff
rain.
Bee Eye.
Hasn't stopped pouring since I arrived. I'm really gonna love it here.
Oh yeah, and as a reminder, this is the year 2011. We apparently have cyber glasses from 2011.
Jaden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m.
I want cyber glasses.
Well, you have to be part of the FBI to get them.
Do I have to speak in a stupid accent too?
Yes, you do. So Nauman's little spiel here is that he can investigate these
The crime
different
scene is
crime
compromised
scenes.
by all these people. I doubt there'll be many clues left, if there were any to start with.
He also complains about the police a lot.
I think that's obligatory if you're in the FBI.
Actually,
Unrelated
yeah.
to the investigation.
He doesn't
There's
have
a railroad track near where the body was left.
nearly enough of
Same
these
with all the other victims.
free-roaming investigation sections.
The
And
body
they're
must be
kind
under the
of
tarp near the lights.
simplistic. You just have to hit the thing, and then he does magic with his
I'm
cyber
soaking
glove,
wet.
and then you can look at stuff.
Way too many people here. They're trampling all over the crime scene.
Oh, this is the best
When
conversation.
did they find the body?
Excuse me, but who are you exactly?
Norman Jaden, FBI?
If you want to ask questions, you should speak to Lieutenant Blake, sir.
I was just looking for him. Do you know where he is?
Not this part. This part's just
Thanks.
boring.
I was kind of hoping you'd say if you want to ask
How's the weather,
questions,
huh?
speak
Look.
to...
Does it always rain like this?
It rains every fall. Doesn't it do that where you come from?
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course. Is that a coffee you're drinking there?
Is that coffee?
There's some in the thermos behind you. Help yourself.
Pretty chilly, huh?
And they just stare at him. There was a theory that I read that Nom and Jaden is actually an alien Reploid trying to blend in with human society.
Mm-hmm.
I can believe it.
Well, that was... an awkward conversation.
But fantastic.
Sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland.
Oh, and this is what they were referring to as a wasteland before.
Okay.
Basically just a lot of undeveloped lots.
I really like these Philadelphia police codes.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Carter Blake.
You
Thanks.
need some people skills.
Well, he's still trying to integrate into our society. Give him a little time. It's impressive that he's learned English as well as he has. Even if he has a strange accent. And doesn't understand how to step in puddles.
Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jaden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right
Oh,
place.
thank God, I'm always looking for dead
Tell that
bodies.
asshole with the phone
I'm always
to stop
looking for
for 5
highways.
minutes. I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jaden?
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
The origami killer.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others. Any news on the coroner?
He's on his way, Lieutenant.
We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
So if you didn't
No.
tell,
No, of
this is
course
going to be a
not. That's-
very odd
that's not what
and
I meant.
aggressive
Tony,
buddy cop.
I don't want to see a single
Simulation
shit-stirring
eventually.
journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Do you have any leads?
My men are going over the scene with a fine-tooth comb. If the killer left anything behind.
I really hope one of them is in
We'll
fact
find
there
it.
with a little comb combing the grass.
That would be amazing,
Any
but
witnesses?
I don't think that's the case.
None yet. Given the neighborhood, I'd be surprised if anybody saw anything.
What does that even mean?
Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back
Um,
at the office?
There was a
No
witness,
problem.
but
I
they
understand.
don't
Do you mind
think
if I
they're
look
worth
around?
anything and don't really want
Be
to
my
talk to
guest.
them.
Hey, Jaden, come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
So I'm going to pretend to shoot you in the head.
Some orchid pollen. The concentration of pollen in the air is quickly decreasing because of the rain, but it gets higher in the direction of the body. Harry, comment. The victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence.
Oh, so this I'm guessing is more of the tone it down and make it more or less appropriate.
An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. A small origami figure in the right hand.
No, it was the dog.
Oh.
Like what
Those were
Ethan
probably
had when he
closed
woke
after
up.
the time of
Ooh!
death. The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file.
But why do you even bother asking if the police know who he is if you can just DNA type him right there?
I know.
Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion.
Man, I want those glasses.
His face is covered with mud, like the other victims.
And that's our body observation for today.
Well, that was a very...
Remember, we had this technology back in 2011.
damn FBI not sharing it with the rest of the world.
Apparently not. It's proprietary
Very
Eff Bee Eye
common. Pollen
technology.
particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail.
No, really, I want those.
Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the
Let
killers.
me not tell anyone else about us and just walk along that trail.
He's also walking right along the train tracks. Trains do come through here, by the way.
Impressive. Seems the only traces the killer left are those he intended to leave. He knew exactly what he was doing. Right down to the
Although they don't
tiniest
come when you're
detail.
standing on the track. I tried.
You tried.
That's why he's standing on the track right now. But then I hit an invisible wall and trains just don't come.
Oh.
Harry Conant. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on
Not
his
really
way through
sure
the
how,
fence.
because there's a huge hole in the fence. Oh, and Nom and Jaden's greatest weakness? Muddy banks.
Wait, really?
Yep. This is quite possibly the most tedious QTE.
You don't get out much, do you? That's
No.
not that bad. I could walk up that hill trivially.
Yeah, but it's raining. It's slippery. They probably don't have this sort of thing on his home planet. Fortunately,
Wow.
this isn't immediately obvious when you're playing the game. It kind of looks like you have to be holding down 4 buttons by the time you're at the top. The last button, after I think 2 goes away, so you're not quite contorting your hands as bad as it looks, but it's still kind of awkward and silly.
There's a good chance that they're the killers.
Limbs don't seem to work the same way normal people's do.
I'm telling you, alien Reploids.
Harry Conant. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car.
And then he
That's
tells you,
Wow.
all there is to see.
This is some high-quality detective work here.
yeah, it is. Thank you, Jade. And obviously you can't go any further or else somebody just sprays you with water and then Namen gets really angry.
I would probably entertain myself for at least 10 seconds, just trying to repeatedly get sprayed with water and, make...
I think it's
Fuck
actually
off
the
gestures.
exact same animation every time you do it, too. Just have him standing there flipping off everybody that goes by.
You're so bad at this. Also, how did the blood get on that section of the fence? It kind of seems to be in the middle of the fence, and you don't usually graze something on the middle.
Can't answer that. That is interesting that literally none of the policemen have looked over in this direction.
I think I've seen enough. Better get back to the station before I catch pneumonia.
I'm heading back to the office. You staying?
No, I've seen
That
enough.
stupid
I'm
train.
leaving too.
I really hope someone would have commented on the fact that he's covered in mud.
Nope, they don't care. That little QT where he's coming back down the bank, you can fail it, and he just winds up sliding on his ass all the way back down. I kind of wish there was a face plant at the end, but no such luck. I do like that he's all slathered in mud, though.
don't know, it just sort of seems weird that none of the police notice or come over and comment on the fact that he's sliding down a muddy bank.
Or maybe they don't want to draw attention to the fact that they didn't do their homework and go up this muddy bank themselves.
But there's a field they can wander around in. Sorry, wasteland.
The wasteland. Oh, I thought he was just gonna back all the way down the street.
I like the idea that if you, like, failed whatever QT was right there, you could rear-end someone's car.
That would be great, actually, if there was a QT for that. Anyway, that's Nom and Jade, Eff Bee Eye. And this is a Rorschach test.
If
A bat.
fox?
A fox.
Demon crab?
I think it's two ballerinas dancing, but it's not an option.
Sharp blades.
Oh, now that's just a setup.
Death.
What were the
Death.
options?
The options were death, a shadow, or I forgot the last one. Either way, it's... I mean, really.
Two Reapers having a staring match.
Okay, this is a psychiatrist's office.
Dude.
I have the results
Or
of your
a church,
MRI
I'm not
scans.
really sure.
Everything seems to be normal. There is no physical
I
damage
want to
from
go to the
accident.
Church of...
The Church of Ego, actually.
However, I am worried about your psychological
when he gets around
condition.
to walk, you'll see. It's...
I know it's not easy,
This is quite a
but
thing.
you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead.
The
He'd still be alive
psychiatrist
if I'd been
here
looking out for him.
It was an accident.
is David Cage,
Accidents happen every day.
the director.
You can't
Oh.
blame yourself forever for your
Which
son's
makes the
death.
fact that there's a giant sign that says ego in
How
here
is Sean?
really, really funny.
Wait, there is?
Yeah, you'll see it. There. It's in
I
the
know
background.
he's disappointed in me. I'm not the father I used
I'll go
to
by
be.
it some point, because it's...
He's a great kid,
Why
you know.
would you
He
do
deserves
that?
better.
And what about you, Ethan?
Wow, this is
What
such
do
a
you feel?
weird psychiatrist's office. It really feels like it's in, like, the upper floor of a church.
Yeah.
I feel
See,
sort
ego.
of anesthetized, as if none of this was real. Sometimes I tell myself this whole thing is just a nightmare and that I'll wake up at any moment.
And we're back
Is
to
there
our
something
excellent
else you
leaning
wanted
mechanics.
to tell me, Ethan?
No.
Have there been any cases of split personality developing after concussion? Like people doing
You're
things but
only
having no memory of what they've done?
Now?
Like somebody else had been doing them?
Yeah.
We know that in certain cases, a violent shock to the brain can cause serious psychological disturbances.
Except that that's the
like
wrong
schizophrenia,
word.
for example.
That's not schizophrenia. They're talking about
That's the
multiple
end of this
personality
session.
disorder.
We'll continue
I'm
this
sorry,
conversation next
dissociative personality disorder. Not schizophrenia. That's a big difference.
You were lucky, Ethan.
You are the worst psychologist,
It's very rare
David
to survive
Cage.
such a traumatic accident.
Ego.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doctor.
There's another, option that you can bring up when he talks about not schizophrenia. And it's very, very important to the storyline, so it's really weird that you can just kind of skip it like that. It turns out that after the car accident, Ethan was in a coma for like 6 or 8 months.
Oh.
How did things go at school today?
The teacher yelled at me for being late again.
And I just want you to
He's
make a
gonna send
note
me
of
home
that.
the next time it happens.
Vital
I'm
information.
sorry about that, Sean. Next time, we will really pull it
By
together,
which I, of
okay?
course, mean that the teacher yelled at Sean for being late to school.
Is something the matter, Sean?
No,
You ever just
I'm
feel
alright.
dead inside, Daddy?
Do you want to eat something? Aren't you gonna go play with the other kids?
I don't feel like it.
Well, I'm out of options.
A boomerang?
As a hunting
how to
tool?
use it?
No, not really.
Wait, no!
I can never make it come back.
This is the worst idea.
And then,
Children are going to be decapitated.
I know it's gonna be great.
Yeah, actually it would be.
Or he gets hit in the face.
Unfortunately, that is not what happens if you fail that QTE.
Aww.
I assure you, if it was, I totally would have gone for it, but it just goes by him. Oh, there's a rainbow up there!
I did not see it.
I only just noticed it. You might not be able to see it over
Whoa,
Skype.
you did it, Dad.
I'm sure that it's
Do you wanna give it a try?
symbolic of mending their relationship and coming
Come
together
on, let's try it together. Now, the main thing is
and learning
get the
how to
right
kill
position
things
at the
with
beginning.
Australian weaponry.
Now you gotta throw it straight and a little to the right.
You know, as rainbows often represent.
Now, throw it!
Yay!
I did it! I did it, Dad!
Good job, Sean. See? That wasn't so hard.
Now I'm going to go kill a pony!
Yay! No, Sean, that's a boomerang, not a toy plane. Okay. Whatever makes you happy, I guess.
I'm pretty sure that kid is going to go out there and try to hunt his own game.
That'd be pretty amazing.
I haven't been on a seesaw in a long
But
time.
with being in his 40s, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah!
Seesaw. There you go.
Wow. Is this...
Come on, Dad, make me fly!
do you mean that literally? Because there's a bridge in the background.
Unfortunately, you can't make him fly, but you can just have Ethan stare at him awkwardly for a long, long time. Yeah, I don't know why you're so sad, Sean. You seem pretty easily amused.
I think that kid might have some... Well... Yeah, I got nothing.
Yay!
And then they just stare at each other.
Well, that's how the relationship seems to be. These little moments of brightness followed immediately by sullen staring.
What about that merry-go-round? I bet I can push
Okay,
you so fast you won't be able to stay on it.
Weird face.
Great!
So, he calls this a merry-go-round?
Yeah, there's a merry-go-round in the background.
Well, I don't really know if that's what... Maybe that's actually technically what these are called? Also, I'm terrible at merry-go-round spinny vomit machines.
Go on, Dad, as fast as you can! Faster! Faster! Come on! Faster,
You're
faster!
not pushing fast enough for this child.
Yay!
And then your kid let go, fell off, hit his head, and you lost another one.
Whoa! I think my head is spinning.
Yes, that's what
Good
they put
training for
astronauts through, a
astronauts,
spinny
though.
vomit machine.
I mean, there's what I'd call a merry-go-round.
Yeah, but I guess technically they're called carousels, so maybe the spinny vomit machine actually is a merry-go-round?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Looks like rain's coming.
Heavy rain.
I think we better go.
Okay.
Oh no. That's clearly foreboding.
You know, sometimes I remember before. I mean, when Jason was still here. Sometimes I wish everything could
Because
just
the
be the
present
way it
sucks?
was before.
Me too, Sean.
God.
Like
too.
when there was sun and color.
Yeah, when everything was bright and vibrant, and we lived in a perfect house, and David Cage wasn't my therapist.
And there was more to eat in the fridge than lean cuisine.
Hey, there was a weird pizza.
Hey, Dad, can I have a ride on the carousel? Can I?
Sure. Go pick a horse and get on. I'll get a ticket.
But it's raining.
One, please.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have a QT to go through all his pockets again.
I don't know. You paid money to give your kids something they wanted, and now they're not completely in your line of sight.
Yeah,
They
that
must
does
be
seem to
dying.
have a certain amount of foreboding for this guy. And cheery carnival music always makes me think of Silent Hill. In fact, here we are transferring to the other side.
Well,
Oh no, truck!
can you fail that QT and get run over?
No, actually, if you fail that QT, he just jumps to the side, but more awkwardly.
Your psychiatrist is the worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, you know, I don't feel like most psychiatrists go, wait, you're asking about blackouts and loss of memory events. Oh, but your session's over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they can hold you for a little bit longer if they feel that there's a need to address something. But, you know, it didn't sound that important. What, you think you have multiple personality disorder? Whatever. His backpack. Yeah, forget it.
Sean! Sean! Sean!
Do we have cell phones in 2011?
No, they just have super awesome devices.
Sean! Sean! Sean!
Pirates isn't playing. I'm very concerned.
Sean!
Well, that kid has a lot of stuffed toys.
Okay, why didn't you immediately find a phone booth and call the police and be like, hey, I blacked out and my kid was gone? And then I found an origami animal in my hand?
That's a good question.